stuff was black, like black dirt. The bottom looked good on the inside, but the top was black from all the dirt.
Well, you're lucky the transformer didn't short out.
Good. No, the transformer's still good. Like I said, it did get enough water out of it to put water droplets on the inside of that meter. I should have taken a before and after picture of it.
Daddy, bless it, hard. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been an Elkin.
I've got one of those things on the floor. I got a 6-tube. Somebody sold me cheap. That thing's a piece of junk.
Yeah, a whole lot of harmonics out of them. Might as well fuck it.
It is, and you get a lot of RF feedback on the microphone. You got to put chokes on the mics trying to use that thing. It's almost I just figure what the hell is the chance to get one cheap? I'm gonna sell it. It is push-pull. That's the one interesting thing about it, is it's a push-pull CB amplifier, one of the few tube push-pulls I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you know, trying to keep it stable.
You might be able to clean it up, you know, if you put a Pi network on the tuned input circuit. I was looking at WHI's webpage, and he was showing a before and after harmonic plot, you know, after you put a Pi network right on the input side. Maybe if I put a tuned input on it, it would clean it up a little.
Yeah, if you don't want to run something like that on the air. Well, you don't have real close neighbors, do you?
I got two of them there fairly close, but one of them's driving the snot out of one of his amps, so I get to hear him several channels.
Oh, man. Splatter boxes.
Neighbor, where's all my neighbors? Worked all neighbors.
That's not going to put out anymore, but he didn't listen. Now he's splattering.
Yeah, you guys still doing old radio night on Channel 12?
Yeah, they do it every Saturday night. What is it, at 8 o'clock?
That's good. Glad to see that's still going on.
I'll have to keep that one in mind. I keep forgetting about it.
I'm in there about every other week because I have to go out of town to help take care of Mom and Dad. But they're doing it every Saturday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 12.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to give a listen when the skip rolls.
Well, go to write this web address down. Go to 21.shadowstorm.com, and that'll immediately, just the number 21.shadowstorm.com, that'll take you straight to Dirty Diaper's webpage so you can watch him stream over the internet.
Oh, he streams it? Oh, cool. Kind of like Speed Radio used to do.
Yeah, it's live every night, but I set that address up for you. The number 21.shadowstorm.com. It'll take you right to his YouTube page. It hits my server and then it forwards off to his YouTube page.
Oh, cool. I'm going to have to give that a try.
You'll see Mark in there, Alexander the Great. He goes by Mark, Mark, let's say Mark and Charles. That's Alexander the Great. Some of my recordings, he's in there.
Where'd you go, Pete?
Oh, I'm still here. Listen, just copying the mail.
Hey, yeah, speak up, man. You know, I don't want to be too much of a channelholic here.
I've been speaking up, but I obviously out of turn, so just letting it roll.
We got a good pipeline right now. You guys are holding it. It's F7 and F9.
Yeah, you're coming in stronger sometimes. You're way stronger than my local sandbagger is.
I think I hear thunderbolts. I guess we're going to have another thunderstorm coming.
They say it's going to rain tonight. We were getting some showers off and on, but every time it started, it stopped. But I was under the impression it's still coming.
It's drizzling here now.
It was like 100 degrees here today when I was riding around look at the thermometer in my car, 100 degrees.
It never got much above 73, 74 degrees here today.
The humidity wasn't too bad, but it was hot.
Oh, we had 100% humidity or thereabouts, but it was only got to 73, 74 for a high.
You guys, well, I'll say you got lucky. That's pretty nice. It really wasn't bad with the humidity low, but I'm down here to the river now. It can get bad. I can see the river from my house, and sometimes it can get pretty rough.
humidity's a killer.
You know, and when I lived in Arizona, 95 and 98 degrees out there with 25% humidity, it really wasn't that bad.
I can handle 95 degrees with 20% humidity every day. It's when it's 75 degrees and 100% humidity ain't quite as much fun.
That's right. Yeah, out there in the city you get hot, but you don't get wet.
Yeah, it's when I get all soaking wet every time I move and it's not even hot. That's no fun. I'd rather just plain be hot and dry.
Shoot, out there in Arizona, it's so dry that you're still getting shocked with electricity in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, I spent a year in the Middle East. I know all about that dry heat. You know, it's 110 degrees in the shade.
I know, and you get in and out of your car, you have to like hold on to your key and then touch the metal because you're getting shocked every time you try to get in and out of your car, even in the summer. I call it 4-4.
Yeah, static electric.
Man, I remember one time I went in Fry's grocery store and I was wearing some flip-flops and just some shorts. I got covered. You know, it was Phoenix, 112 degrees. And I went in there and I built up some static electricity and I leaned up against one of those little metal freezers to get some meat out of the grocery store, you know, like some luncheon meat. Man, I leaned over there and knobs out the crap out of me.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're filling up the gas tank too, man. You touch that nozzle of your tank and boom.
Well, fortunately, I never had that problem, but yeah, my bare leg went up against that freaking, you know, open freezer out in the middle of the supermarket. It was wham!
I just heard my first lightning crash in my radio receiver.
Yeah, I just heard that too. I have to whip out the phone and look at the weather radar here. There's a front moving in from the west, Dave. That makes sense.
And Dave's going to get it before we do.
Well, I always get it before you do.
Oh, no, that means I get the sloppy seconds.
That's right.
That's all right. I'm used to it. Got to go make a pit stop. I'll be back. Your county-wide radio. Gate's still rolling.
Right. Gate roll.
Of course, if I knock the camera over.
Yeah, I thought I saw a flash, and then I turned around and looked, and they're doing they're showing pictures of the bombing over in Ukraine. That's what was flashing in my house. So you got the Ukrainian thunderstorms. Yeah, video recorded. Actually, I think they were Russian missile strikes. Yeah, something like that, anyway.
Sir, you still use that channel? It's, what is it, 441 PSA 1968. Is that still your channel?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, I'm still subscribed to it, but the last video I saw was like 1 year ago.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing video games lately, and he's just going to start up again.
Okay, all right, we'll see it when he posts it. I tell you what, Sam Bagger, I've been real happy with this little conversion on this radio to the 22jg6As. It just cruises quite nice for $12 worth of tubes.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. You know, they're cheaper than the 6-volt versions.
Yeah, and you know, the argument with sweep tubes used to be they were so much more expensive, but shoot, you look at what they want now for a 3CX800A7 or a 1500A7 or a 3CX1200A7, those prices have gone out of sight.
Well, just like everything else, you know, go Brandon.
Well, even before you know, Brandon, those tubes were going out of sight. Personally, 3-500Zs are still reasonably priced, but those 3CX, you know, tubes are nuts.
I don't know why, but yeah, they're not they're not cheap.
There was a guy over here in Somerville that had a Ameritron L1500 for sale, and I was looking at it, and I said, you know, the price of that tube, I'll just stick with my Henry and my Drake, because the 3-500s, these are just so much cheaper.
Yeah, ceramic tubes are getting really expensive. I don't know. I guess they don't make enough of them. The demand is exceeding the supply.
We see. Maybe so. You know, a lot of them are switching over to that 4CX1 with an A tube because it's cheaper.
Well, there you go. You know, you got. I'm not in the market to be building anything like that, but yeah, it was a lot nicer back in the 70s when you could just buy sweep tubes for $5 a piece.
Well, you still can, depending on which tube you buy.
Yeah, but I used to be able to get 6 LQ6s for $5 a piece.
I have a list. I went through about every tube I could find on Frank Tube's database, and I found all the tubes, you know, that were basically not being used but could be used, 50, 70, 100-watt tubes. And I mean, some of those things are dirt cheap and nobody's using them. So, you know, it's like, well, if I want to build another infrared converter one, I'm going to try one of these others.
Wow, looks like a real long, skinny string of thunderstorms is going to go through Pete and Wayne's area. It's going to last for a while, too, because it's a real long, skinny, going from north to south.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's just to the east of me. I think I'm not going to, I might get skimmed by it, but that's about it.
Thanks, Sandbagger. You're sitting there holding me at S9. You got that 3 pointed my way?
Yeah, I do. I managed to get it out of the, you know, I broke it through the tree branches a little bit, and now it's, I'm able to point it south again.
Oh, that's good. You're just sitting here at S9. I mean, it drops every now and again, but for the most part, you're just sitting right at S9.
That's good, man. You know, that's what I like. This is the kind of skip I like when you can actually have conversations with people.
Well, yeah. Well, usually between you and I, it's usually June and July when we can do this, and then, you know, the rest of the year it's a little flaky if we got it off.
Well, yeah, E-skip usually runs twice a year. It's usually in the summertime, and then right around January it hits again.
Yeah, but even when I'm talking in the winter, it's not this stable. It's usually June or July when we actually get it where it's stable for an hour or so.
Yeah, you're up over S9 yourself here, man. You're right in the room with me here.
I know, it's just a freaking 100 watts to it. $12 worth of tube and a 100-watt dicky.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing, only it's solid state.
I've got one solid state out the car. I got that Palomar, what is that, Blueface 350. That's the only solid state amp I got.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad amp. That actually has some low pass filtering in it.
Yeah, I think it was advertised as a 5-pole Chevy filter in it.
Yeah, which isn't bad, you know, for a CD. Usually they don't even bother with something like that.
No, the first one I had was a piece of crap. It was that black-faced Palomar Elite 300, and it had harmonics all over the place. The SWR would go through the roof when you turn it on. I got rid of that thing. I heard somebody holler for it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you know. People say, hey, man, I got a 1.2 to 1 match, and then I turn the amp on, it goes up to 3 to 1. What the heck? Yeah, you got harmonics.
I remember when I first got it, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, how come my SWR is going through the roof? I ain't warning, you know. And then it was also sending RF down the DC power cable and tripping out the crowbar circuit and the power supply.
Oh, wow, they didn't even bypass the power leads. Talk about crappy construction.
Yeah, I took a bunch of chokes and put it on there on the DC power cable and got that stopped. And then I put a low-pass filter on it, and that stopped the harmonics. But, you know, I still didn't, I just wasn't impressed with that amp, so I got rid of it. The blue one came up, and I saw it had that 5-pole Chevy filter in it, and I said, well, let's try that one.
Yeah, I just bolt a low-pass filter on the back end, and that suppresses most of that stuff coming out.
Is that the
No, this is the Texas Star. Believe it or not, the Dave Made's actually cleaner.
I know you said you had a Dave Made. Is that what, if that is that the 350?
No, well, the Dave Made is, it was originally an M200, but I added 2 extra finals in it, made it into a 4-pill. And it's actually harmonically cleaner than the Texas Star, which is also a 4-pill. Well, it used to be a 5. I took the driver's stage out.
Oh, was that a 667V? Is that what that was?
No, this is an older version. This is a DX600, and I think that's probably the right. They made some changes with the 667. They're pretty much identical, except for they took the floating ground away and changed a few other parts around, and I'm going to probably try to do that and see if that'll suppress some of the spurs that come out of it.
Yeah, well, you probably did the right thing. If I was going to get one of those Texas Stars, I'd probably get the 500Vs. That's basically what sounds like what you got. What now that you changed it?
I mean, I've had this one. I bought it brand new back in the mid '80s, and I've had it ever since.
I got a dog over here. So I think she wants to go outside. Let me go take the beagle out, and I'll be back in a little bit. You guys take it back up.
All right, man. Let's see. It's not Kira. It's not Barney. Which beagle is this one?
This is Bailey Beagle.
All right, well, you take Bailey Beagle and let her do her thing there, or his thing.
Yeah, that's her. I'll be back.
Man, this signal keeps jumping on me. It'll go down to an S2, and then it'll be up to an S8.
Yeah, well, it moves a little bit here, but most of the time he's up around between S7 and S9. Real nice copyable signal. I love it.
Oh, I copied him 100%. I just, his signal was jumping up and down.
You know, that's skip, you know. That's what it does.
Oh, I knew that very well.
If I can't talk skip, I'm going to drop the maul all day long.
But like Pete said earlier, this is the best kind of skip. You can actually have conversations.
It is the best kind.
Yeah, I had like a 10-minute conversation with those guys driving the trucks in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's even better when the person on the other end is someone that you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Did it fall out from Night Ranger?
He had to take the dog out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Now I got a puppy to deal with.
Cute dog. I saw the pictures. Cute dog.
He's pretty cool, too. Miniman's teaching him. Of course, Miniman is sort of like, yeah, I could do without you, but okay, kid. And he's like, hey, Spike, hey, Spike, hey, Spike, what are we doing next? Follows Miniman around like a magnet.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, Miniman could like take him or leave him, but the puppy is like, you're the big dog. I want to follow the big dog. Whatever the big dog's doing, I'm doing. But he's got this. It took him about, I don't know, I guess a couple of weeks now. He's mastered the rocks in the backyard at this point.
Squirrels yet?
Nah, no squirrel. Well, the squirrels know better than to get in the fenced area of the yard because they'll get chased, so they just don't bother anymore. But, yeah, he was doing a lot of face planting, you know, trying to jump rocks. He's learned not to face plant anymore.
Yeah, well, it's good you got the dog out there because I looked at the weather radar and there's this really narrow strip of heavy-duty storms that's moving from the north to the south, and it's going right through Pottstown.
Yeah, well, they're all in for the night now.
You and Wayne, I think, are in for a prolonged period of rain or heavy boom booms.
That's all right. I'll be going to bed soon, and I'll sleep right through it.